Okay, let's work on actually showing the notifications in our dialog here. So like I said before, we're going to be making use of Laravel's notification system. So we'll start off with mail notifications because that will help you understand database notifications more if you don't already understand it. So let's generate a new markdown mail notification. So let's grab this and paste that in. Let's call it comment added. That's the notification we'll be adding in our system. And markdown, I believe I have an emails folder. And let's call it comment dash added. Okay. And let's go ahead and go into that. So let's go to the actual email comment added. And I'm just going to paste in the body here to save some time. So we have a title, comment was posted on your idea. And we're going to pass through the comment here so we can grab all of the information we need. So this is the username. This is the name of the idea. And this is the actual comment. And for the button, let's say go to idea. And the URL will be, let's make use of the route helper here, idea.show, and we can pass through the idea from the comment idea. Okay. Now let's go to the actual notification class. So comment added. It's in app notifications. And we have to pass through the comment here. So let me just use this plugin I have here to set the constructor. And it should be a comment, okay. And let's go ahead and correct the indentation here. Okay. And let's type into here with a comment. Import that. And that is good. And then we have to pass it through. So this is the delivery channel. So right now we're using mail, and we'll add database in a second. And here is the method that runs for mail. So let's add a subject here. So let's make a new line. Let's say subject. Say Laracast's voting. A comment was posted on your idea. And let's also make sure to pass the comment through. So we can pass it through here. Comment is this comment. Okay. And that should be it for our setup. Now we just have to actually notify the specific user. So let's go to our add comment livewire component, and we just have to notify the user in here. So let's add it right here. So let's say this idea. So remember, the idea is being passed through here for the comment. Okay. And we can grab the user here. So this is the person who created the idea, and this is the person we want to notify. So this idea user, we can say notify. And we can use that class we just created. So new comment added. And if I press tab, that should import it. And we need to pass in the comment we just created. So let's say new comment here. And let's use a variable here to grab it when we create it. Okay. So did I do that right? I feel like there's too many braces here. Okay. So I have my mail client running here. So let's see if I did everything correctly. So let me refresh, and I'm logged in under my admin account here. So I should get notifications after someone posts a comment on any of my ideas. So let's go to my ideas, and this includes myself as well. If you don't want yourself added to the notification, you can just put a check here, but I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and comment on this one. And let's see if a new email comes in. Checking notification. Okay. And it looks like it does. Cool. There's my mail client. And you can see the email in here. So a comment was posted on your idea. This is the user. This is the idea name right there. Okay. And this is the comment. Cool. And if I click this link, it should go to that idea. And it does. So now for database notifications, if we go to the documentation right here, think of it as every email gets a new entry in a database table. So as you can see here, we have to create this new table and migrate it. So let's go ahead and do that. PHP Artisan notifications table. Okay. And let's go ahead and migrate to Freshseed. Okay. Let me just go back to the main page. And let's do the same thing. Actually, we have to update our via method in our comment added class right here. Where is it? Via, right here. So right now we're using the mail channel, but we also want the database channel. So let's add that database. Okay. So now I should not only get an email, but it should also add an entry in our database. So let's check the database to check if there's that table. There it is, notifications, and it's empty right now, but if I add a new comment on any of my ideas, it should add an entry in that table. So let's try again. Trying database. Okay, there's the mail, but did it add one in here? And it did, cool. So there you can see the type. You can have different types of notifications. This is the user that's being notified, and this is the user's ID. Now, we also want data associated with that notification. So to do that, if you take a look at the docs here, you'll see that we have to specify the data in this toArray method. So let's take a look at that. ToArray should be defined down here. There it is. And this is the information you need for the notification. So in our case, this is pretty much everything that we need in this one notification. So for example, the user's avatar, the user's name, the actual comment, the idea title, and so on. So if you want, you can just store the comment ID and grab all that information from the comment like this. So this comment ID, and that's fine, but we'd have to make extra queries to grab all the other information. So in this case, I'm just going to store everything that we need, and I'm just going to paste that information in right now. So there it is. I have the comment ID, the actual comment, the user's avatar. This is the user's name. This is the idea ID, the idea slug, because we need this to actually go to the idea, and the idea title. Okay. So now let me just delete this one for now. And if you try again, all that information should be stored in this field here, the data field. And it's stored as JSON, but we can access it as an array. So let's try that. Testing data. Let me just hard refresh to make sure. Testing data. Okay, there's our mail, but our database entry should have everything in here as JSON, and it does, cool. So let's add a few more. So when we test it, we have some data. So back here, sorry, back here actually. Let's say second comment and third comment. Okay, so now we should have 3 entries in our database. And we can use this data to test this out over here. Okay, now let's add a Livewire component for this dialog that we created here. So app.blade.php, all of this, let's move to a Livewire component. So let me just grab this, sorry. Let's say Livewire, let's call it comment notifications, okay? And let's go ahead and make that component, PHP Artisan Livewire make comment notifications. Okay, let's go ahead and paste that in. Comment notifications, paste. Let's make sure it still works after I re-indent everything. Should still work, hopefully. And it does, cool. And if you take a look at the documentation here, we can access the notifications using this right here. And we also have a way to grab the unread notifications. So that's just a flag on a field here called read at. If it's null, it hasn't been read. If there's a timestamp, then it has been read. So actually, let me refresh this. There should be 3 here, and there is. Cool. So let's go ahead and fetch the notifications here. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. So let's start with a simple way first. Let's go to comment notifications, and let's just grab it here before we return the view. Let's say notifications. Okay. Let's say auth user, and let's say unread notifications. So now we should have this notifications variable in our blade portion in here, and we can just loop over them. So we can get rid of these other LIs. So this is the first one, and we can get rid of the other ones I have here. 1, 2, 3, okay. And we need this last one to mark all as read, so we can loop over this one here. So let's just make sure there's still 1 here. Okay. And now let's loop over that one. So this is this one here. Let's do it for each. Okay. And we have a notifications variable as notification. And let me just put this and for each at the end. So after this li, let's put it here. And there should be 3 now, even before I enter the data. And there is 3. Cool. So now we can just replace these with the data that we have in our JSON data portion here, in here. So let's start with the avatar here. Let's say notification. And we can say data. And we can access that JSON data like this. So user avatar is what I named it. Okay. And let's close that out. And let me just grab everything here so we can make use of it. For example, here, this is the username. Okay. This is the idea title. Okay. Let's paste that in. Idea title. And this is the comment. Let's grab this. Let's put the quotes back in. And let's say idea, or sorry, comment body is what I named it. And for this timestamp, we can make use of Carbon here. So let's grab this. We can just say notification created at, and we can use diff for humans. Okay. So that's all for now. Later on, we'll work on linking to the actual idea page. Actually, I think we can do that now. So let me just add that. Route. Actually, no, it should be route. We're going to the idea.show page, and we're passing through the notification slug. So we passed that through as well, and I named it idea slug. Okay. So let's try this out. Hopefully I did it correctly. Let's open this up. There we go. We have 3. So I commented on all of them, so the avatar doesn't change and the username doesn't change. So let me just comment on another idea here just to see it working. So let's say this one down here. It's still going to be me, but the idea title should change. New title notification. Okay. Cool. Refresh. There it is. Cool. And the default sorting order is by latest first, which is what I want. Let's check if the link actually works. So if I click on this, it should go to the other idea. So this one. And that doesn't seem to work. Oh, that's because I have this click prevent here. So let me just comment this out for now. And let's see if that works. Let's refresh. So it should go to this page. And it does. Cool. Let's go to the other page. Awesome. So later on, we'll actually scroll to the comment here when we click on that notification. Okay, let me show you the other way to fetch the notifications here. So this way is totally fine, but even if you didn't check the notifications, they're being loaded in the background. So if I were to load this page, so actually let's open up DevTools here, or debug bar I mean, and you can see the models being loaded. We have 31 here. So if I didn't load this, it should be 31 minus these 4 that we loaded in. So 26, if my math is correct. 27, I mean, it's not correct. It should be 27. 31 minus 4 is 27. Okay, so if I were to just remove this or comment it out, it should be 27. Okay, so let me put that back. And let's make it so that the notifications are only loaded when the user clicks on this icon over here. So we have to make use of Livewire events like we've been doing. So let's do that. Back in here, and let's open that up, comment notifications. And for the button here, let's emit an event here as well. So let's put this on a new line, and let's only emit the event if it's open. So if is open, then go ahead and emit a new event. So we can say livewire dot emit, and let's call it get notifications. Okay, so now in our component, comment notifications, we can listen for that event. So let's say protected listeners equals, and I named it get notifications. So let's go ahead and make a method, get notifications. Okay, and let's make a new piece of state here called notifications. So this notifications equals this. So we no longer need to pass it through here, but we are grabbing it from a public property. Let's do that. And let's make a new public property, public notifications. Sorry, that should be a semicolon. And I think I have to instantiate it to a collection or an empty collection. Let's see if it works. Yeah, okay. So let's make a mount method here. Say mount, and let's set it to an empty collection. So this notifications equals collect empty array. Does that fix it? Okay, cool. So now if you look down here, you'll see that we have 27 again. And these are not loaded until we click this icon. So we click it, and you see the new notifications show up here. And I also believe that Livewire is smart enough to cache those results, so it doesn't make new requests every time you toggle this on or off. Cool. So let me just try this one more time. And I'm going to log in as another user so we can see the notifications working. So incognito, let's paste that in. You have to log in as another user, so let me grab one. Okay, I'm logged in as another user here. So if I were to make a comment, another user commenting, okay, comment posted, and if I refresh this page, there it is, cool. So I think this is a good place to break. In the next video, we'll work on the badge and other nice features. So let's go ahead and make a commit. This is episode 60. Git add, git commit, episode 60, view notifications.